Good morning.
Good morning.
I was just emailing to say, are we running behind or are we expecting Daniel?
So this first one, the only reason we kept it on the docket was because Alex said he wanted to attend. Carla's got confirmation this morning that he is not going to attend. So I think we can easily sign off on it and send you that.
That'll work for me.
Okay.
Morning. Sorry, y'all. We're trying to do some things in the courtroom this morning and they have us locked out of some stuff. So we had to.
What a pain. But the very first one that said at 9, it turns out we don't need to have it. So
yeah, I heard what you were saying too, Melinda. So that's fine. If you want to just sign off, that's great.
okay.
That'll work. And I will mark it no hearing pursuant to agreement. And when I get signatures, we'll send it on.
Now, I just want to double, triple check. Carla, since that email that you just sent, there's been no change from your perspective, right? Okay. You're still on mute, but I can read your mouth.
I hit that mute button, but it just didn't work. Never mind. No, he is still not going to attend. I confirmed that.
Okay. Sounds
Well,
good.
Then if y'all will sign and send them on, I will get it done.
We'll do it.
Okay, we'll get it marked as an agreed one and then we'll get going on the next one here in a couple minutes. Thank you for filling in.
Yes, ma'am. Anytime. I did a hearing yesterday though, and I'm kind of rusty in the courtroom. It was pretty bad.
We'll give you lots of opportunity to warm back up today.
You know, I see that. Daniel never tells me what's going on when he asks if I can cover. And talk all sorts of crap on Daniel.
We're here on a review hearing. We're conducting this through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. We're live streaming and recording to the Zoom cloud. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Melinda Powell for the department. The St. Francis Permanency Specialist today is Tiffany Brown.
Stacy Zabala on behalf of Caden. I'm sorry, Jay, I cut you off.
Hi. No, that's fine. Go ahead. You want to finish?
Oh, just Stacy Zabala on behalf of Caden.
Okay. Jay Michelson on behalf of Brandon Fincher.
Okay, what do we have new since our court report was filed? Ms. Brown?
Nothing new, Your Honor.
Okay, let's see, any other contact with Dad?
He's still incarcerated to my knowledge.
Your Honor, it's my belief that he's been served, and really what we need to do today is set a final hearing so that we can proceed, but I may be wrong on that.
No, that was my understanding. He has been served with the petition for termination. It looks like the termination hearing for this case has actually been set for December 5th.
Right.
At 9 o'clock.
1:30.
1:30.
I've got it set at 1:30. And
okay, yep.
I was not clear. What's he currently? Is he still in jail or has he actually pled in TDC or?
He's in Randall County. He took a plea deal back in March.
Okay, so he's in Randall County Jail. So, all right, what charge is he there on?
I believe he failed a drug screen and he missed a check-in with his parole officer, or whichever, and they locked him up.
Okay, so probation violation of some kind. Okay, so Mr. Michelson, have you been able to have contact with him?
I have not, and he's not contacted me, but what I will do is an order to appear, and I'll confirm with him whether or not he'll be released by that time. whether he can appear or not in person.
I mean, we can set it for him to appear from jail. The reason I ask is I'm looking at that date because if he's going to be appearing from jail, they, only let us do things on certain days and certain times. And let me look. All right, it's set for Thursday afternoon. That's likely why Ms. Katie has set it for that time.
I know in the morning is when it gets to be the big conflict for them, it seems like.
Yeah, I think they usually allow us to do like Tuesday afternoon, Thursday afternoon. But anyway, we'll double check with her. I know she's had to step out, so she's probably away from her computer for a minute. But anyway, we'll double check that. But we'll need an order, for him to appear, and or of course, if you want to discuss with him about potential relinquishment.
Yeah.
All right, then, Mr. Michelson, do you have anything else to report today?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so Caden is still doing well and the placement is interested in adoption, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, then I'll continue. The department is permanent managing conservator. And we will continue Caden's current placement. I'll see everybody back on the modification then December 5th at 1:30. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. We are
Thank
here
you.
today on review hearings. We are conducting these through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. We're live streaming. And I'm recording to the Zoom cloud. I don't have a reporter this morning, so if you need a copy, let me know. All right. We'll take announcements.
Melinda Powell for the department. The St. Francis Permanency Specialist today is Jennifer Campos.
Brooks Barfield, ad litem for the children.
Alexi with CASA.
All right. What's new since the court report was filed?
The girls are doing amazing. I have started working on subsidy paperwork for the selected adoptive family. That's in the works. My plan is to have them placed sometime in November. Of course, we have to wait 6 months or so before they can actually be adopted, unless they ask for a waiver of interest, whatever it's called. I apologize, to downsize it to 3 months. But they're doing amazing. They've had numerous visits with the selected adoptive family. They have recently started overnight weekends with them and are doing well. It has been hard for Kiara because she doesn't really understand kind of what's going on. So the sooner I can get them placed there permanently, the better we are with her. But other than that, everything is going well.
Where is this geographically speaking? Where are they going to be placed?
Is it Brownsville, I think, down by San Antonio.
Okay. Where are they right now?
So Kiara is in Borney, Texas, right outside of San Antonio.
Yeah.
And Anaya is in Elmendorf, right outside of San Antonio as well.
So they're all in that area. So if we had some hiccups, I mean, will current placements be willing to help with transition if we need them?
Yeah, yes, I'm sure they would be.
Okay. All right.
They've been really good about communicating with the selected adoptive family about visits and stuff like that. So I don't think they would have any issue.
Okay. All right, super. Okay, then we'll get them placed hopefully soon, see how all that's going. I'm always amenable to waiving the 6 months if things are really, really going well. So just bear that in mind. Okay. Mr. Barfield, anything to report?
No, it appears that everything's moving. I'm very hopeful that we can get these kiddos adopted, and the one medical issues look like they're being taken care of well on Kiara, and other than that, this is hopefully going to be an ultimate success story. So placement to continue with future adoption.
And didn't I read that potentially adoptive mom is a nurse?
I think that's correct. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's terrific. Great. Okay, Casa.
Both girls are doing fantastic. I actually got to see Kiara last night on FaceTime. She's doing wonderfully. Shared with me that she drew mermaids while in daycare yesterday, so she's doing great. Anaya is walking. I get videos from her placement all the time of her just moving all over the house, so it's fantastic to see her in such a great spot. I'm excited for them to get placed with their selected adoptive family. They're doing fantastic, and I think the foster parents are definitely willing to help with any transition. They're both fantastic and want to see the girls succeed with this adoptive family, so they're doing fantastic.
Okay, I don't know that the news gets any better than that. So I will continue the department as permanent managing conservator and continue both children's current placements. As soon as we're ready to place Ms. Campos, we'll get that done. And we will have our next review hearing April 10th of 2025. But like I said, if everything's really going well, y'all feel free, if Mr. Barfield's good with it and Costa's good with it, waiving the 6 months, just get me an
Sure.
order. We'll get it done.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree too.
Okay. Thank y'all so much.
Yep,
Thanks,
thank
Judge.
you.
All right, y'all have a good day. She was here.
Bye.
Thank you.
Mr. Hill
Bye.
should have the opportunity to discuss the amended petition with their client. I don't want to look at a real long reset. And or Mr. Hill. Oh, hang on, y'all. Should have the opportunity to discuss the amended petition with.
I think your YouTube's working.
Yeah, it's working now. Okay, trying to do too many things at once. So we'll look for a reset date. Miss Katie, I'm gonna kick that can to you to start looking at dates.
Okay, Judge, how far out would you like to go?
I mean, I just don't know what we have available. I mean, whatever's the soonest that we maybe could do it, in a couple of weeks or something. I'd love to get to it before the holidays,
Okay, sorry, Judge, trying to.
It's all right. I mean, take your time.
It looks like there was a review hearing conducted back in July, August, September, October, November.
I think it was on July 30th. So let me see what we have on our time. So we'd have to do it before November 27th, which is right before the holiday.
Which I want to get it done before that in time anyway.
The morning of November the 12th, if everyone could do that.
Judge, I can't speak for Miss Archer. I have no access to her calendar, so I just have to say that she's available.
We can set it and we can double check that date.
And are we treating this as a reset, or it's not a call and recess, is it?
No, this be a reset since we
Okay.
extended the case last time we were together and we set the new dismissal date. And so we did not, I don't show that we called the final at that time. So.
Okay. The reason I asked is we already have a reporter that morning.
Okay.
So Amy wouldn't be on the hook for that morning since her schedule doesn't allow for that right now.
Okay. So we're talking about, I'm sorry, November 12th.
November 12th at 9.
Okay. Everybody else good with that?
I'll just say Daniel is.
Yeah.
If he's not, I'll cover.
Okay. So, I think that's the most fair thing to everybody concerned. So, okay, then I'll see everybody back November 12th on a 9 o'clock docket.
Thank you.
Okay, I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Bailey just sent me a message that her whole office building just lost internet. They're working on a solution.
Hotspot on her phone.
Yeah. I sent out 22 exhibits yesterday and I kept getting stuff bounced back on these. Did y'all get the exhibits for this?
I got a ton of exhibits from you.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out about Miss Sapien. So if she could always come to the courthouse.
Yeah, or she could call in.
Yeah, that's a possibility. So for those of you we've just brought in, Ms. Sapien, apparently they're building, the whole Wi-Fi just went out for the entire building. So she's, I guess, working on some solution. I don't know what that's going to be. We're going to.
She said if she has to go home, she could.
I could email her this phone number if she's not familiar with the phone number.
I wonder if she could do that, call in and head home. We've got to take a break at about 3:45. Correct, Mr. Michelson? He's got to run, do something really
Yes,
quickly.
that's correct.
At 3:45.
Well, Judge, and if we can get everybody here and we can announce, I mean, I've got an announcement I'm going to request if the court would consider allowing this to remain in extension. So, it might not, if you're receptive to that. But.
All right, I can't do anything until we get Miss Sapien on board. So you can always see if she wants to try to call in. Sure.
I understand. Yeah, I will respond to her email right now.
And Your Honor, if Mr. Darnell Donald appears, could I briefly speak with him in a breakout room?
Yes, I don't believe he's logged in.
I don't see him.
No, I don't see him, and I don't have him by phone either. So
Okay.
if he does come in, I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. I'll tell you what, while we're waiting, I'd like to have a bench conference with the attorneys, and I know Miss Sapien's not in, but I think this is going to be fairly generic. Rachel, if she does come in by phone, would you let her in and then put her in a room with us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Zavala and Ms. Powell can go back to room 1, and I'll get everybody else moved over there.
That's fine.
All right, and we've got Miss Sapien on. She's on speakerphone with Ms. Powell, so everybody kind of speak up so we make sure she can hear. We're here today set for our final in this case. Our dismissal date is not until March 14th of 2025, but I did set this as a final. At our last hearing, I did indicate that I would take into consideration the kind of the performance of the parties between the last hearing and today's date. And in addition, it's come to my attention now that Mr. Garza has just recently been released from incarceration. He is present today with his attorney, and we'll go down and talk about that here again in just a minute. So today we are conducting this by Zoom. We are live streaming, and Ms. Taylor is making our record. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do.
Melinda Powell for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. We are present, ready to proceed.
Haley Sapien on behalf of Respondent Mom, Oakley Chandler. I am present. I cannot see the screen, but I did expect my client to be present today, and we're ready.
She's present.
Thank you.
Jay Michelson on behalf of Darnell Donald. I don't see that he's present, but I'm ready.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the children.
TD? Did we lose TD? Oh, wait a minute. I bet hang on. I gotta bring him in. Just a minute. He's on the phone. I gotta move him from the breakout room. Okay, TD, I'm so sorry. I forgot to move you back in. So we're just taking announcements if you want to announce.
I got you. I'm back now. Yeah, TD Hammonds for Israel Garza. We're ready to proceed, Judge. He had planned to join in by phone, so hopefully he's present.
He is present.
Great.
And Judge, I don't know who Amber Reisner is, but if she's not a party to the case, I would ask that she be removed and that she can view this on YouTube along with everybody else.
Okay. Can somebody identify who Ms. Reisner is?
TD Hammonds does not recognize her, Judge.
I am Oclita Chandler's mom.
Okay, Ms. Reisner, since you are not a party to the case, you can watch this on the live stream feed, High Plains Child Protection Court on the YouTube channel, unless, I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna call you as a witness today. So if that should happen, we would get in contact with you, okay?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right, so I think we got everybody's announcements. Did we get Stacy's? Okay. All right, so Mr. Hammonds, you've got a motion for continuance you're wanting to urge today?
I do, Judge. At the beginning of this case, Mr. Garza was in contact with the department. The department actually placed Talia with Mr. Garza. There was then some confusion, and they did remove her as a result of violation of a safety plan that they had put in place. But soon after that, within a month, Mr. Garza was sent to a substance abuse felony punishment facility by his parole officer. He has been there for 9 months. He just got released a week ago. He made contact with me immediately. He is very interested in cooperating with the department and starting his services and getting back into their good graces. And we're asking the court to give him that opportunity. Thank you, Judge.
All right, Mr. Hammonds, I appreciate it. Ms. Powell, is the department opposed to that motion for continuance?
Your Honor, the department does oppose this. As Mr. Hammond stated, the child was placed with him. The child was removed from his home based on violations of safety plan. Furthermore, the father, I don't know if it was probation or parole that was revoked, but he engaged in conduct that obviously resulted in him going to Safe P. And so at this point in time, the department is ready to move forward with termination on all parties.
Okay, and Ms. Sapien, do you have a position on Mr. Hammond's motion for continuance?
Judge, I have no objection to the motion for continuance. My client was unable to finish some of her sessions due to a death in her family, and so I have no objection.
Right. Okay, Ms. Zavala, or excuse me, Mr. Michelson, let me ask first.
I have no objection.
Okay, Ms. Zavala.
Your Honor, well, I would like to move forward with permanency for the kids. I do understand the legal issues that we're facing. I think placement is very safe and appropriate. I think the kids will remain in a safe and appropriate placement, no matter what the court's ruling is today.
Okay. Well, Mr. Garza, I'm going to grant your motion for continuance in the case because we do still have some time in the case. We've previously granted an extension. The dismissal date is not until March 14th of 2025. You were incarcerated fairly soon after this case began. And of course, you know, your ability to work very many services is certainly limited. while you're incarcerated. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to buckle down really hard and fast and try to get your services worked. I will just tell you, that dismissal date, March 14th, that is an absolute deadline. And there's, there's not really any way of extending the case past that, but for a very few types of situations. So, which you can talk to your attorney about, but, I think from an appellate standpoint, Court of Appeals would probably have an issue with the fact that there was still some time in the case for you to work services, and if I proceed today, I'm kind of cutting off your ability to do that. So we will continue it. We'll vacate today's setting. I'm just looking to see if we need to do a review hearing, and then we'll talk about a reset date closer to our dismissal date.
Judge, the last review hearing was September 3rd of 2024. That would mean need to be a review hearing before the first, probably about January 1st. So by Christmas time, there's going to need to be a review hearing in this case.
Okay, we had one set for January 16th, but that's going to be a little late. So we'll look for a date in December.
And Judge, the department would ask to go ahead and set that final hearing in December. And then if father is engaged in services at that point in time, the court can always move it. But if he doesn't engage in services, then they can move forward with the termination in December.
Well, if he'd been out where he could have been working some things all along, I would be inclined to do that. But it's already October 17th. That might only give him essentially 60 days. And I don't think there's any way that he's going to manage to work all the services in 60 days. So we're going to pick a date sometime, end of February, first part of March for a final. And then we'll see what Miss Katie comes up with for a review. All right, she's saying December 10th on a 9 o'clock docket for the review hearing, if that works for everybody.
I can do that, Judge. I'm going to have to talk to Judge Hand. He did specially set me on an assault case, but I think he'll work with me on a CPS hearing like this.
It's a review hearing. It won't take real long.
Right.
And that's the docket will be at 9 TD. If you've got something set with him at 9, just remind Miss Katie closer to that time, and we could put you later on the docket or something.
Gotcha.
But you could just let us know.
Judge, I would ask you, and I'll talk to the caseworker, but could we kind of start from ground zero? Mr. Garza did mention to me he does have some relatives that are interested in talking to the department and possibly being placement for Talia. I understand the department's position about, wanting to keep the kids together, but I think this is a little bit of an unusual situation with Talia being as young as she is.
The department should always welcome names of family members, and we can look into them. And if we think they're appropriate to do a home study, we can do that. I always like to have more options than less.
Yes, I will encourage. I'm going to talk, Israel, I will talk to you this evening. I've got to go back to court real quick, and then I'll get a hold of you later this evening. But we'll discuss all of this about your family members stepping forward.
Okay, he's muted. I don't know if he... All right, so Miss Katie's suggesting final on February 11th at 9.
TD Hammonds can do that, Judge.
I'm going to assume Daniel's already scheduled to be here.
Should work for me.
Sorry.
Mr. Michelson, go ahead.
That works for me too.
Okay, Ms. Sapien?
That works for me.
Okay. All right, then review hearing 12/10 on a 9 o'clock docket, final February 11th on a 9 o'clock docket. And Mr. Garza, good luck. You've got lots to do in a short amount of time. And Ms. Chandler, same. You know, this has cut you some extra time today. I suggest you make really wise use of that time. All right, I'll see everybody back in December.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank y'all.
Thanks, Melinda.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye, Bailey.
We're here today on a permanency review. We are conducting this through Zoom. We are live streaming and Ms. Goodman is making our record. Okay, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel Child for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Tiffany Browse, my permanency specialist. We're present ready.
Bailey Sapien on behalf of Mom. Oakley Chandler, my client's present and we're ready.
Jay Michelson on.
TD
Go ahead.
TD Hammonds for Israel Garza, ready, Judge. I believe he's joining us.
I do not have him present.
He may be with Oclita.
Yeah, it looks like 2 Oclitas are signed in, young.
Oh, yep. We'll find out for sure. So, Mr. Garza and Ms. Chandler, I need you all to get on video if you can, and I need to know who's who. Okay. I'm just gonna change the name on Mr. Garza just so it's easier for everybody. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Michelson.
Sure. Jay Michelson on behalf of Darnell Donald. His whereabouts are unknown, but I'm ready.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the children.
Okay. I've read the report. What do we have new, if anything?
Good morning, Your Honor. Since the court report was filed, Israel has completed his psychosocial and one individual. Let's have another one scheduled for tomorrow.
Okay, you broke up. He's start over. We missed.
Israel's completed his psychosocial assessment. He has completed one individual counseling session. There is one scheduled for tomorrow. He's completed his RBT. He is enrolled in parenting classes. He is employed.
Okay.
Oclita will be finished with her intensive outpatient by Christmas. They report that she's doing well in the outpatient program. She is currently employed as well. And she will start her visits with her children this week.
Okay.
And that's it. They're doing really good.
Ms. Brown, outside of the services with Mom you just mentioned, what else? Is that all she has to finish up?
Just the outpatient and working on housing for her in Israel.
Okay. And Oclita and Israel, are they living together at this time?
They're living together at Oclita's mother's house.
Okay. I see you're requesting, one of your recommendations is once Mr. Garza finishes his individual counseling, you'd like to see them do couples?
Yes, sir.
How many sessions on the individual counseling does Mr. Garza need?
He needs 5 more.
Okay. And I saw when you said 1, he held up his fingers, he's completed 2. I'll ask him in a second, but he's either done 2 or 3 at this point.
I talked to Jenny's counseling right before this morning's hearing, and they said he attended 1 session. on 12/4 and one scheduled for tomorrow at
Okay.
2:00.
Okay. So hopefully by maybe the end of the month, they'll be able to roll into couples.
Yes. So the first session was actually his psychosocial assessment.
Okay. I got you. And so do we have who set up, who's going to do the couples? Yeah.
We're going to ask them to go back to Jennings for couples counseling.
Okay. All right. Outside of that, dad's doing what he needs to be doing right now.
Yes.
And mom's is on the right track right now.
Yes.
We just need to get those couple of things knocked out, hopefully by January.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll pass witness, Sharon.
Okay, Ms. Sapien?
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Brown, is it possible for Mr. Garza to finish individual and then for them to have enough time to complete a co-parenting or couples counseling?
Typically, yes. In my experience, yes.
Okay, how long are you wanting them to attend this couples counseling?
We usually ask for 6 sessions, but also go off the recommendation of the counselor, if they feel like they need it or don't need it.
So that would be about 11 weeks left of counseling for Mr. Garza and Ms. Chandler, correct?
It depends on how it's scheduled. If they were to do a weekly session versus bi-weekly, it could get done quicker.
Okay, so the couples counseling can be done more than one session per week?
We would ask at least one, yes, if they can schedule it that way. Either way, we pay for it, but scheduling usually is the burden of the client. But we'll pay for at least 6 sessions.
I understand it's their job to schedule it. I'm just wondering if that's an option to do more than one session per week.
Yes, if they can.
When you say them, do you mean, or they, are you talking about Jennings?
Jennings and the client. It's whatever's, their schedules, because both Oclita and Israel work.
And then you mentioned that the only other thing Miss Chandler needs to work on is work on housing. Is there an issue with her current house?
I don't know what their long-term plan is. If their long-term plan is to live there, then we would have to look at the home to see if it's prepared to receive 3 children.
Okay, so if she's planning on staying where she currently is, she just needs to let you know.
I have met with Oclita's mom before, and it was my understanding through our conversation that she was not going to allow Israel to move in if that was a barrier to the kids coming home. And I haven't had another conversation with Oclita's mother since then regarding if she would allow the children and Oclita and Israel to live there.
Okay, so my question is, if she intends to remain there, she would just need to let you know so you could investigate that.
Yes.
Okay. I'll pass the witness.
Okay, Mr. Michelson?
Thank you, Your Honor. I don't have any additional information to report other than what Tiffany Brown reported in the permanency report. It appears that Ms. Brown went to Darnell Donald's mother's house and found it abandoned, and I don't know if she's had any further contact with Mr. Donald.
Ms. Brown, have you been over tracking family?
No, sir.
Okay, then Mr. Hammonds?
Ms. Brown, you mentioned Oclita's mother would not let Israel in the house if it became an issue with him being there as far as the children returning. Right now, the department has no issue with Israel, correct?
At the moment, no.
I mean, he's tested clean, he's gotten a job, he's hit the ground running like you wanted him to since he got back in September, correct?
Initially, we did not know where he was staying at. He had refused to give us an address until I pressed further, and he finally gave me Oclita's mother's address. So we've established that he's living there with Oclita.
Okay, would you say over the last month to 6 weeks, he's become more cooperative with you?
Yes.
And he's doing what you want him to do?
Yes.
And other than him leaving Talia with some people that the department did not want him to leave her with, the department had no problems with him even prior to him going to SafeP, correct?
Prior to him going to SafeP, it's my understanding that he was not engaged in service. Only recently, since he's been released from the program, has he engaged in services and hit the ground running.
All right, but Talia was placed with him, correct?
Yes, she was under certain guidelines. Yes, she was.
Okay, and then before he could begin services, he had to go to SafeP, correct?
No, there was a period of time where he was not in SafeP and had an opportunity to work services, and he did not.
Okay, but you would agree with me there might have been a month before him having to go to court that he knew he was going to have to go into custody.
That I cannot confirm or deny.
Well, I mean, it would have been difficult for him to begin services knowing that in a month he was going to have to stop services. You understand that?
Cannot confirm or deny that, sir. I was not the caseworker at that time.
Okay, but you would agree with me that it would be rather futile for him to go to 2 counseling sessions, for instance, and then have to go to SafeP for 9 months and then have to begin over when he got back.
I would not agree with that.
Okay, but in your experience, how long you been doing this?
4 years.
Okay, in your experience, if somebody begins services and then there's a gap, for instance, 9 months at SafeP, is it your recommendation or St. Francis' recommendation that they start from scratch? They go over number 1, number 2 again as far as parenting, counseling, things of that nature?
My understanding of that time period was that there was a blue warrant out, not that he had knowledge that he would be going in, but that he went in because he failed to report to probation. So I cannot confirm that he knew he was going in. I can only say that he was not doing what he was supposed to and got locked up for it.
Okay, let's just assume for a moment that he knew he hadn't done what he was supposed to on parole and that he was in trouble. Can you agree with me on that?
Yes.
And generally, if you haven't done what you're supposed to on parole, there are going to be consequences. Has that been your experience?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have nothing further, Judge.
All right. Ms. Zavala?
Ms. Brown, visits had been stopped with mom for a while. Was it because of not getting clean drug screens?
Correct.
Okay, so when you said just a moment ago that visits are going to start up, are they starting this week?
They're starting tomorrow. She'll have her first visit.
Okay. When did she provide her first clean drug screen?
First clean, it was December 2nd.
So in addition to the other concerns that you've talked about, we do need to monitor for a period of sobriety, correct? Okay, I'll pass the witness.
All right. Ms. Zavala, do you have a recommendation today?
Your Honor, may I ask Ms. Brown one question to follow up?
Sure.
Ms. Brown, is it true that Ms. Chandler provided a clean UA first in October of 2024?
No, that's not true.
Her UA was positive?
He sent her to screen in October, and we had a court hearing in October, and she was positive on her hair follicle as well as a alcohol screen.
My question is, UA for drug screen, was she
She was
negative?
positive in her hair follicle.
My question is her UA.
Her UA was, I believe it was negative.
Okay, thank you. Nothing further.
All right, does anybody else have any questions for Ms. Brown?
No, Judge.
No, Judge.
Okay, I'm looking at, I'm looking at the time that we have left in this. And I'm concerned about the counseling, what we have left to do. But we have an absolute dismissal date of March 14th. Our final was set for February 11th. Ms. Katie is indicating we could set it for March 4th at 9:00 or on March 11th, but that's spring break week, so I know that's a problem for a lot of folks. So I'd rather do it on the March 4th date. That gives a little bit more time for them. So I guess the question is, would the March 4th date work for everybody?
It works for me.
Works for me.
Fine for TD Hammonds.
Works for me, Your Honor.
Okay.
Judge, I do have one more question for Ms. Brown real quick.
Go ahead.
Ms. Brown, as to that, is there any way to start some of the couples counseling while dad is still finishing, or does he have to be done with individual before we can start couples counseling?
It's preferred that he would finish that first and then start couples, but I can call Jennings and make the ask.
Okay, or if he's at least halfway through with it, maybe not right off the bat, but halfway through, 3 of his 5 or 6 sessions, and then maybe start up that just to kind of alleviate some of the time pressure.
They usually work with us when they know the situation.
Thank you, ma'am.
And even though you trailed off there, Mr. Trout,
I'm sorry.
you that was my thinking exactly. So no, I would like to try to accelerate it if we can. Okay, Ms. Zavala, you have a recommendation to make?
Yes, Your Honor. The children continue to do very well in placement. They are thriving there and they're placed all together. I do recommend that continue.
All right, then. Okay, today I'm going to find that the parents are in compliance at this time, but that I find there's a continuing danger to return the children home today. I think we've got some critical services to wrap up. I'll continue the department as temporary managing conservator, and I'm going to continue placement. I'm fine with the visitation starting up. And let's see if we can't accelerate the counseling situation. All right, so then we will reset, and our new date for our final will be March 4th of 2025 on a 9:00 docket.
And Judge, on the couples counseling, we making that in order today with our service plans?
That's fine with me. Yes, please. Yeah, so we'll order the couples counseling. And I really, like I said, I'm good with it beginning before he completes individual if we can. Okay.
And just for the record's purposes, Judge, you said you making a ruling that parents were in compliant, but we're only talking about Ms. Chandler, Mr. Garza, Mr. Donald not in compliant.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Mr. Donald, still no real contact, so there would definitely be danger to returning children home to Mr. Donald, and he is not in compliance. Okay, thank you all very much. Ms. Chandler and Mr. Garza, I'm glad that you all are making some good progress here, so let's keep the fire going.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, thank y'all. Everybody have a good day, and
Thank
I'll
you,
see you
Judge.
back March 4th.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Brown.
Ms. Powell, thank you for filling in. I appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am. Anytime.
All right. Amy, good to see you.
Good to
It
see you.
is good to see you, Amy.
It
I feel
was
like we
good to
don't
see you.
get too much anymore.
I know. It's a crazy schedule now. I miss y'all, but I still see some of the cases coming through. So
I watch on YouTube.
you're one of the stalkers.
I am. I'm one of the stalkers. So y'all have a good one.
Okay, thanks a million.
Thank you for bearing with me today, Judge.
Oh, hey, no, it's great. Always happy
Hey.
to have you. Always, always, always.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I know, it's that second time you got to hit join on it, and I just was doing other things and forgot to hit the other button. It's probably not the first time I've ever forgot to do that. It's just the longest time I've ever forgot.
That's all right. It's okay.
I'm kind of thinking to myself, I wonder what's taking so long. Why aren't we coming in?
Gave everybody a chance to catch their breath. All right, Ms. Naranjo, are you expecting your client?
No, Your Honor, I've had no contact with her.
Okay. And what's the status of service on Mr.
Let me
Goody?
check again real quick, Your Honor, but I don't believe we've got him served. We have Christopher Sustiotics served and Mom served.
Right.
But I don't, let's see. I looked yesterday, I didn't see that we'd had him served.
Has the department had any contact with him?
I have not had contact with them since I met with him. I've been looking for him, but I've not been able to find him. I've run finders, I've run tiers, I've been up and down the streets in the areas that he hangs out in, and I haven't been able to locate him.
Okay. Have you had any contact with Mom recently?
I called her yesterday, and then I sent her the Zoom link, and she read it. Yes, she read it yesterday.
Okay. Ms. Naranjo, do you have a working phone number you think even for her?
I have a phone number for her, Judge, that was provided when she requested a court-appointed attorney. We left a voicemail, but never heard back.
Okay. But it was a working number at least.
Yes.
Okay.
And Judge, I'm not even sure, to be honest with you, I'm looking, I don't see that we've even issued a citation for him because I don't think we have a good address for him right now to where we need to be serving him.
Okay. Well, you know, we all know that, or we're all pretty sure, let's just put it that way, that Mr. Sesteta is not the biological father, since we've been down this road before. And he was incarcerated until just recently, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So, my inclination is to reset and try to attempt to find Mr. Goody, since we think he really is the father. Are we in contact with Mr. Sesteta?
Yes, I have contact with him. I spoke with him yesterday, and he was aware of the Zoom link and everything like that. He doesn't see the purpose of him having to go through this again because he's not the dad.
Would he be willing, you think, to do genetic testing?
I'm not sure.
I just thought since we've got contact with him right now.
Your Honor, he did on the last one.
Yeah.
I think he kind of cut off the interview when he was in jail with Ms. Ponce, but I, you know, if it would, maybe we need to talk to him, listen, ask him if he will do it and let him know that's the best way, you know, prove he's out, and then we won't have to fool with him anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the quickest way, obviously, and I know it doesn't necessarily establish Mr. Goody, but
Yeah.
Mom has named Mr. Goody as the father, and that's certainly was our experience last go round. So,
I talked to him about it yesterday, and he
wanted us to use the previous DNA, I guess, for last year's child for this child, because I did explain to him, that's the quickest way for, him to be rid of this. And so he was not too happy.
Well, I doubt we have any way of doing that.
Be nice if we could.
It would be, I just don't know how long they maintain that. I mean, the record is there, the genetic markers are there. I mean, that's a question.
Yeah.
Of whether or not we could get the babies draw done and then or swab and then have them compare it. I mean, why wouldn't that work?
I will email Terry right now and see if that's any way to get that done.
Yeah, I mean, it'd just be like in a criminal case or something. If you had those forensics, if you had that available, you'd certainly would be, would want to avail yourself of that. So I can't imagine that they couldn't be compared. So maybe we can try that. Well, I'm inclined to try to do a short reset. Just to give Ms. Naranjo time to have some kind of contact with her client. Which I assume, Ms. Naranjo, is that what you'd like to do or not? Are you ready to just move forward?
In her prior cases, I've made efforts to try to contact her and was not really successful other than the very first one. So I don't have high expectations that I'll be able to get a hold of her.
I know, let's see, Miss Katie, I know to reset to next Thursday is not particularly good.
Yes, Judge, we could maybe do the 5th in the morning. Would that work?
Let me look real quick. That'd be fine with me. Does that
Rachel,
work?
what time would we do in the morning on the 5th?
Oh, I'll just put it on the 9 o'clock docket. Do you have something set that we need to avoid?
Yes, I have an 8:30 setting over in Randall County.
It would be later in the morning. Let's see.
Okay.
It'd probably be about 10:30.
Okay, I should be able to make that.
Okay.
Okay, then just we'll give it that much longer to try to make contact with Mr. Goody since we really think he is the dad. Give Ms. Naranjo a little more opportunity, and then so let's just reset then to the 5th, November 5th. And that'll be on the 9 o'clock docket, but Ms. Naranjo, we know we need to avoid, we won't set it right at 9. So okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it, everybody, and let's just see if we can't round anybody up.
Yes, ma'am. If I get an answer on this question, I will let y'all know.
Yeah, I'm just we haven't had that really come up before, but I'm not sure why it couldn't be done.
Yeah.
It does make sense. In 5 years of doing attorney general stuff, I've never seen them reused ever, but that doesn't mean it's not possible.
Yeah. So, okay.
And Jay asked the question, I don't know, if we can't get a hold of him, is there any way the baby's placed with biological siblings right now? Is there any way to run tests against a sibling to see if they're fully biological siblings?
I think from the attorney general's perspective, I think there were once or twice where we did that. But I think it is much more complicated and more expensive.
Yeah.
So they're going to want us to start with,
okay.
I believe. I could be wrong.
But if it's, if they're going through the same lab and all that, it just seems crazy that if they've got if they've got the report on him, they've got everything they need. So it's just a question of pulling it and then comparing it to the new baby. So
That would make sense.
yeah, it does make sense. That doesn't mean that it'll happen that way.
Right.
Okay, then, I'll see everybody back on it November 5th.
Yes, ma'am. And her email kicked back, Your Honor, that she's out of the office till tomorrow. So, once I get an answer, I'll let y'all know.
Okay. All right, and then I'll see some of you back then at 1:30.
I got a response yesterday from when I sent out exhibits.
Right.
But I haven't, that's all I've heard from them. Just that they, I got a response that they received the exhibits. But that is all, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Cedillo is in the waiting room. I'll bring her in, and then you want to break out room with her. Is that correct?
Yeah, if you can put me in with her real quick. I was on the phone with her, but now that she's in, if you'll put me in a room with her quick.
Okay, and then we'll see if we can't get in touch with Mr. Pirtle's office to see.
Okay. And if you can put Miss Compost in the room with me also. I always say it wrong too, Your Honor. So I'll go with what you say.
Yep, I think it's Cradaville. Okay. All right, we are here today set for our final in this matter. We are conducting this through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. We are live streaming and Ms. Taylor is making our record today. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel Trout for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. We're present ready, Your Honor.
Bailey Sapien on behalf of Respondent Mother. I have not had any contact with my client since our last hearing. However, at that hearing, I know that she was made aware of this, of the final hearing being set for today. Therefore, I am ready to proceed.
Judge Cody Pirtle for the respondent father, Joseph Ray. I'm ready. He's not present. I've not been able to locate him, and he has not stayed in contact with my office.
Stacy Zabala on behalf of Leland.
All right, thank you. Okay, then. Mr. Trout, who's your first witness today?
Maria Cedillo.
All right.
Thank you. Maria, would you state your name for the record, please?
Maria Cedillo.
And Ms. Cedillo, how are you employed?
I'm employed with the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services as an investigator for.
And how long have you been an investigator with the department?
2.5 years.
And are you familiar with the case involving the child, Leland?
Yes.
And how are you familiar with that case?
I was the investigator on the case.
How did the department become involved in the case with this child?
The department received a report that Ms. Cradaville and Leland had tested positive for methamphetamines.
All right, Mr. Trout, if you'll hang on, I've got somebody logging in by phone. Let me see who this is. All right, I've just admitted someone to this proceeding that's on the telephone ending in 039. Can you unmute and tell me who you are, please?
Hi, this is Michaela Kirksey with St. Francis. My Zoom link was not working.
Okay. All right, Ms. Kirksey, I just needed to know who was on the phone. So thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Trout, you can continue. My apologies.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Cedillo, when you get a case, what are your first steps through investigations?
Through our first steps, we call the reporter and we staff with our supervisor.
Do you go out and try to meet with parents?
Yes.
Okay. Did you do that in this case? Did you go out to meet with mom and dad?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And who were you notified, or who did you find was mother?
Alyssa Cradaville.
Okay. And did you find out who the father was, or possible father was? And what was his name?
Joseph Ray.
Okay. Were you able to meet with mom?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And where did you meet with her first?
I initially met with her, I believe, at the hospital.
Okay. Did you have a conversation with mom about the allegations and why the department was involved?
Yes, I did.
As to possible drug use, what was mom's response to that?
Mother admitted to using methamphetamines.
Okay. What did she say as far as her use? Did she tell you what she'd been using, how long she'd been using, or when her last use was?
She told me that she had first used methamphetamines probably about around the age of 15, 16 years old. And then off and on throughout her life since then. And she also initially told me that she didn't remember whether she used or not throughout her pregnancy. And then later on, when I talked to her, she admitted to using throughout her pregnancy.
Okay. Did, outside of stating it, did mom ever sign an acknowledgement of use form as to this?
Yes, she did.
Okay. And was that filed with the court?
Yes, it was.
Do you have the exhibits I sent out?
Yes.
Can you look at exhibit number 4?
Exhibit number 4. Yes, I have it up.
And can you tell me what that is?
Exhibit number 4 is acknowledgement of substance abuse use form.
Okay. And is that your signature on the front?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And you filed this with the court on October 31st of 2023?
Yes.
Okay. Is this an accurate copy of what Ms. Cradaville signed?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And it's don't see any changes to the form?
Correct.
Okay. Your Honor, I'd ask to admit exhibit number 4. It's the file marked copy of the acknowledgement of use form that was filed in this case, and that was just testified to.
Any objection?
No objection.
No objection.
All right, petitioner's exhibit 4 will be admitted.
Your Honor. And Ms. Sadea, on this exhibit number 4, mom marked that she had used methamphetamine. Is that correct?
Correct.
And she stated on there that it was while the baby was in the hospital was her last use. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then, but later, mom told you that she had used on and off throughout her pregnancy.
Yes.
Were you able to meet with dad in this case?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And where was dad at the time?
Potter County Jail.
Okay. Do you know what he was in there for?
He was arrested for domestic violence.
Your Honor, I'd ask to admit exhibits number 5, 6, 7, and 8. Exhibit number 5 is the indictments on the domestic violence charges for which Mr. Ray was in jail for at the time. It's a certified copy of those indictments.
All right, any objection to 5?
No objection.
No objection.
That's right, those came in a separate email. Okay. All right, then petitioner's exhibit 5 will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Adele, do you know on these domestic violence charges, are you looking at exhibit number 5?
Exhibit number 5. Yes, I am.
And when you had conversations with dad, was the charges, did it have mom listed as the victim in those cases?
Are you asking, can you please restate that question?
During your conversations with Mr. Ray, did he state who the alleged victim was in those cases?
No.
Okay. Did mom discuss any domestic violence with you?
Yes.
Okay. And domestic violence between her and dad?
Yes.
Okay. And Your Honor, as far as the other exhibits, 6, 7, and 8 are certified copies of the judgments from this indictment. I'd ask to admit those.
No objection.
No objection.
No objection.
All right, petitioners exhibit 6, 7, and 8 will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Adele, during your time on the case and working with mom, did y'all try to prevent the removal? Let me back up and ask that differently. What steps did y'all go through to try to prevent the removal?
We try to put a safety plan in place where she would be supervised around her child.
Okay. And did you have friends, family members? Who were you looking at for that?
We looked at Camilla Becker.
Okay. And is that a name that mom had given you?
Yes.
And was that able to work out?
No, it wasn't.
And why was that?
I guess some arguments had taken place between Camilla and Alyssa, and Camilla said she wasn't going to be able to do it.
Okay. Did mom give you any other names to try to prevent the removal, or any other supervising party?
No.
Okay. Where was mom living at the time?
At the time she was homeless. She had told me she was living in her vehicle. But when we tried to do the safety plan, she had told me that she was going to be living with Miss Camilla.
Do you know, after Camilla said she wasn't able to do it, did mom continue living there, or do you know where mom went after that?
From my understanding, she had continued to live in her car.
Okay. When you spoke to dad, was he able to give you any family members to try to place child with?
He mentioned Miss Carrie Lehman.
Okay, and who is that?
His, I think it's his grandmother.
Was there any possibility of placing the child with there? Did y'all, during your time on the case, was a home study done?
No.
Okay. But dad was behind bars. Dad was incarcerated at the time and not able to take the child.
Correct.
Mom had admitted to methamphetamine use and was, to your knowledge, living out of her car.
Mm-hmm.
And not a appropriate place for the child.
Correct.
Due to this, did you determine it was best interest of the child to remove or to request removal?
Yes.
And once the removal was approved, where was the child placed?
In foster care.
At the time that you went off the case, how was the child doing?
He was doing well.
Did he have any, to your knowledge, were there any issues from possible withdrawals or anything with the child?
No.
But due to the facts leading up to this, it was in the best interest of the child to remove.
Correct.
Okay. I'll pass the witness at this time, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Sapien?
No questions, Judge.
All right, Mr. Pirtle?
No questions.
All right, and Ms. Vala?
No questions.
All right, then, Mr. Trout, anything further of this witness?
Nothing further from this witness, Your Honor.
All right, any objection to Ms. Cedillo being released at this time, counsel?
No objection.
No objection.
No objection.
All right, then, Ms. Cedillo, thank you for logging in. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
All right, you can call your next witness.
Call Jennifer Campos, Your Honor.
All right, you may proceed.
Ms. Campos, would you state your name for the record, please?
Jennifer Campos.
And Ms. Campos, how are you employed?
I'm a permanency specialist with St. Francis Ministries.
And how long have you been in that role?
For a little over 2 years.
Okay. And are you familiar with the case we're discussing today involving the child Leland?
Yes, sir.
And how are you familiar with that case?
I'm the permanency specialist, on the case.
Okay. And when the case is turned over from the department to St. Francis as the casework side, how do y'all start your case? What do you do?
We meet with the parents and we create a family plan of service, to help them get started on services.
Okay. And was that done in this case?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what are family plans of service?
Family plans of services, family plans of service are to help parents mitigate the reason of removal and, to help them better understand maybe parenting or drug use or something like that.
Okay. Are the family plans put into place to work toward reunification with the child?
Yes, sir.
For children involved?
Yes, sir.
And you said, was that done in this case?
The family plan of service was created. Yes, sir.
Okay. Were they filed with the court?
Yes, sir.
And are the family plans made in order of the court?
Yes, sir.
And was that done in this case?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the exhibits I sent out?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Exhibits number 1 and 2. Can you pull those up?
Yes. I put my hand.
Mr. Truck, hang on just real quick. Y'all,
Yes.
excuse me, just real quick.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my apologies. I'm sorry.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry for the interruption.
You're fine, Your Honor. Ms. Cabos, can you look at exhibit number 1 for me?
Yes, sir.
And can you tell me what exhibit number 1 is?
Assigned family plan of service.
Okay. And was that filed with the court?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And can you tell me what date that was filed with the court?
The date that it was filed was on November 29th of 2023.
And this is a family plan of service for who?
For Alyssa Crowderville and Joseph Ray.
Okay. But exhibit number 1 is just for mom?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. And this was signed by mom?
Sure. Yes, sir.
Okay. And were these service plans made in order of the court?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I'd ask to admit exhibit number 1 is the family plan, file marked copy of the family plan of service that was just testified to.
No objection.
No objection.
No objection.
All right, Petitioner's Exhibit 1 will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Campos, can you look at exhibit number 2?
Yes, sir.
And tell me what exhibit number 2 is?
Is assigned family plan of service for Joseph Ray.
Okay. And was that submitted and filed with the court?
Yes, sir.
And when was that filed with the court?
This one was filed with the court on December 20th of 2023.
Okay. And were this family plan of service also made in order of the court?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did Dad sign it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, I'd ask to admit exhibit number 2, which is the family plan of service for Dad that was just testified to.
No objection.
No objection.
Okay, Petitioner's Exhibit 2 will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Campos, we'll start with mom. How has your contact with mom been?
In the beginning of the case, when I took over the case, she was in contact with me probably every week. It was kind of like a hit or miss due to her phone number being a text now number and it only working on Wi-Fi. I was able to meet up with her a couple of times. But after that, it went silent.
When was your last face-to-face with mom?
My last face-to-face with mom was August. I believe in August, yes.
Okay. Would you just say approximately August?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. And during your time, has mom completed any services?
No, sir.
Okay. We'll look at her, go through her family plan real quick. Did
And
mom,
I just wanted to clarify, August of 2020,
24.
24. Okay.
Yes, sir. I mean, ma'am, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, no. Okay.
did mom drug screen for you?
Not since I've had the case, no, sir.
Okay. Was she required through her family plan to drug screen for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. She did do some early on, but in the last few months, she has not screened for you?
Correct.
Okay. And did you try to send her for drug screens?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If parents are sent for drug screens and don't show up, are those considered, positives?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know where mom is living?
I do not know, sir.
Okay. Has mom notified you of, changes in her circumstance, phone numbers, addresses, that sort of stuff?
Phone numbers, yes. Addresses, no.
Okay. At this time, do you know if mom is living somewhere or is homeless?
From my understanding, she's still homeless.
Was mom asked to do parenting class?
Yes, sir.
Did she complete that?
No, sir.
Has mom had visits with the child?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you know when the last visits with the child was?
I believe in the hospital, at removal.
Was mom needed to provide clean drug screens in order to get visits?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did she ever provide any clean drug screens?
No, sir. Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. The drug screens that she did take, were they concerning?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then she hasn't screened in the last few months at least?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was mom asked to do an OSAR?
Yes, sir.
Did she complete that?
No, sir.
Was she asked to do any type of AA, NA, any type of program like that?
Yes, sir.
Did she do any of that?
No, sir.
To your knowledge, has she abstained from or has she kept and maintained a drug-free lifestyle?
No, sir.
Was that something she was ordered to do?
Yes, sir.
Did she complete rational behavior?
No, sir.
Was she required to do that?
Yes, sir.
Did she complete individual counseling?
No, sir.
Was that something that was in her family plan?
Yes, sir.
Was she, through the family plan, ordered to do a psychosocial?
Yes, sir.
Did she complete that?
No, sir.
Did she complete her domestic violence support group?
No, sir.
Did she ever start it?
No, sir.
To your knowledge, did mom ever start any of her services?
No, sir.
Do you know if mom tried any type of rehab or any efforts to try to get clean?
To my knowledge, in the very beginning of the case, she did go to rehab for 30 days, but I'm not for sure of how true that is. I never received any documentation or anything stating the fact that she went.
Okay, so you don't have any certificate of completion or graduation certificate from a rehab?
No, sir.
Okay. And you said mom has not visited with the child, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Do you believe at this time mom has the means and capability to provide support for a child?
No, sir, I don't.
Do you believe she has the capability of providing necessary means of living for the child?
No, sir, I don't.
The ability to protect the child at this time?
No, sir, I don't.
Did the department try to work with mom, attempt to work with mom by family plans of service and offering services to get mom to that stage?
Yes, sir, we did.
And did mom take advantage of that?
No, sir, she didn't.
Has mom, and you said you believe that the last time she had any visit with the child was at the hospital?
I believe, yes, sir.
So it's been almost a year, all right?
Yes, sir.
Are you asking the court today to terminate the parental rights of Alyssa Cradaville as to the
Yes,
child?
sir.
And is that based on your testimony today?
Yes, sir.
And you believe that is in the best interest of the child?
Yes, sir, I do.
Real quick, how is the child doing right now?
Leland is doing amazing. He's almost walking. He just had his first birthday. He's growing, doing all the things. He's doing amazing. Very, sorry.
Go ahead.
Very bonded with foster parents.
Okay. Are foster parents adoption motivated?
Yes, sir.
Are they licensed? Are they working on licensing?
I believe they're licensed. Yes, I believe they're licensed. Yes.
Okay. And do you believe that it would be in the best interest of the child, based on your testimony and your knowledge of the case, to terminate the parental rights of mom as to the child, and for him to stay where he is?
Yes, sir, I do.
Now, as to dad, when's your last contact with dad?
In September of this year.
And what was that contact?
He contacted me, wanted me to stop what I was doing to go take him and Alyssa to rehab. After I explained to him that I could not stop what I was doing, I was very busy. I did give them a time and day to call me and let me know that they were ready and where to pick them up. I never received a phone call. I waited and there was nothing made, no attempt made at all.
Okay. Just to clarify, did y'all set a time and date for you to meet them and they didn't show up, or were they supposed to call you and tell you where to meet?
I gave them a time and date to call me and then tell me where to pick them up at.
Okay. And is that due to you not knowing where they're living?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you didn't have an address or a home to go meet them at. You needed them to tell you where to get.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Okay. Have you heard from them since?
No, sir.
Have you tried to reach out to them?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know how many times since then, how many times you've tried to contact mom and dad?
I tried to contact Alyssa a couple of times in September and one time this month.
What about dad?
Since there is no phone number for dad, he was using Alyssa's number. That was the only way I had to contact them.
Okay. To your knowledge, at that time when dad called you, is it your belief was he and mom together?
Yes, sir. They were.
Okay. All right. And you don't have an address for either one of them?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay. As far as family plans of service for dad, let's see. Do you know whether dad has his own transportation?
No, he doesn't.
Did dad complete parenting classes?
No, sir.
Did he start them?
No, sir.
Is he required to do Padre program?
Yes, sir.
Did he start that?
No, sir.
Has he completed that?
No, sir.
Was he required to do an OSAR?
Yes, sir.
Did he complete an OSAR?
No, sir.
Was he required AA and any type of program like that?
Yes, sir.
Did he complete those?
No, sir.
Has dad ever drug screened for you?
No, sir.
Okay. Have you tried to send dad for drug screens?
Yes, sir.
Was dad required to complete rational behavior?
Yes, sir.
Did he complete that service?
No, sir.
Was he asked or required to do a psychosocial?
Yes, sir.
And did he complete that?
No, sir.
Did he ever start it?
No, sir.
Individual counseling, did he ever start that?
No, sir.
Did he ever complete it?
No, sir.
Was he asked or required to do an assessment with Texas Panhandle Centers?
Yes, sir.
Did he ever initiate that or complete that?
No, sir.
And was he required to do the BIP program?
Yes, sir.
Batters Intervention and Prevention program?
Yes, sir.
Did he initiate that?
No, sir.
Did he ever complete it?
No, sir.
When was Dad's last visit, to your knowledge?
Dad has not ever seen the child.
Okay. Did the department provide him the ability to work service plans and to work toward a reunification with the child?
Yes, sir.
Did Dad take advantage of that?
No, sir.
Did do you believe that, or to your knowledge, does he have the capability to provide the necessities for our child?
No, sir.
To provide support and a place to live for the child?
No, sir.
Is this due to you not knowing where Dad is living?
Yes, sir. Correct.
Is it also your knowledge or your belief at this time through the case that Dad is also homeless?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you talked to them in September, I know they didn't give you an address, but did they tell you they were living anywhere or were couch to couch or were living on the streets? Did they notify you of any of that?
So when I did meet with them that time, they were staying at the Wagon Wheel Motel. They said that their time was up almost and that they would be moving across the street to the Cowboy Motel. But it was never that information was never given to me. I do believe that was around the time Mr. Ray, was picked up on a possession charge. Shortly after that.
Okay. Now Dad was pled in as alleged.
Yes, sir.
Okay. He and Mom were not married.
No, sir.
Dad was personally served.
Yes, sir.
And requested a court-appointed attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was paternity registry searches run?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was that filed with the court?
Yes, sir.
And did the paternity registry come back that no one had claimed intent to claim paternity of the child?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you look at exhibit number 3?
Yes, sir.
And is that the file marked copy of the certificate of paternity registry search?
Yes, sir.
From this case?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I'd ask to admit exhibit number 3.
No objection.
No objection.
No objection.
You're muted, Your Honor.
Sorry. Okay, petitioner's exhibit 3 will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Gumbos, is the department asking today to also terminate the parental rights or any rights that Joseph Ray has to the child, based one upon failure to register with paternity registry search?
Yes, sir.
And in the alternative, if the court decides to adjudicate Dad based upon his failure to work services and constructive abandonment?
Yes, sir.
And is that based all on the testimony that you've given today?
Yes, sir.
Also in your testimony, is it your belief that that is in the best interest of the child?
Yes, sir, I do.
Are you also asking that the court terminate both parents' parental rights, but also to appoint the department as permanent managing conservator of the child?
Yes, sir.
And you believe that's in the best interest of the child?
Yes, sir, I do.
I'll pass the witness this time, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Sapien.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Campos, were you able to speak to Ms. Cradaville about having an attorney?
I was not. I was not in the beginning. I was not on this case in the beginning. I did mention to her to contact her attorney for any legal advice or anything like that when I met with her.
Okay, and were you able to give her my phone number?
Yes, I did give her your phone number.
Okay, I don't have any further questions, Judge.
All right, Mr. Pearl.
Ms. Campos, how much time was Mr. Ray in Potter County Jail? Do you know?
Roughly 8 months, possibly. I'm not for sure. I'm sorry.
Okay. And did you go visit him out at the jail?
I did, yes, sir.
And how many times?
I believe twice when I received the case.
And did he inform you that he was trying to do parenting classes or whatever classes he could do out at the jail?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Do you know if he completed any of those classes?
He did not complete any parenting classes to my knowledge. I did receive some certificates for anger management. And I can't remember the other ones that were on there as well.
Okay. I pass the witness.
All right, Ms. Zavala.
Ms. Campos, there was some testimony from Ms. Cedillo about a paternal, I believe, great-grandmother as being suggested as a possible placement. Did you hear that?
Yes, I don't know about a possible placement, but yes, ma'am. Yes.
At the beginning of the case, there were some names, I think a great-grandmother and a paternal great-uncle that were provided from dad's side to be investigated.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And St. Francis started that process and started working with those family members. And those family members received some visitation.
Yes, ma'am.
And in fact, are they still getting visits now?
Yes, ma'am, they still are.
And is it correct that those family members withdrew themselves from consideration because they felt like the placement where Leland is now was the most appropriate place for them?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I pass the witness.
Okay, all right, Mr. Trout, anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, does the department rest?
Department rest.
Okay. All right, Ms. Sapien, anything to present today?
Nothing to present, Your Honor. I'll rest.
All right, and Mr. Pirtle?
Having no witnesses, Judge, rest.
All right, and Ms. Zavala, anything to present today?
No witnesses, Your Honor. I rest.
All right, Ms. Zavala, do you have a recommendation to make to the court?
Yes, Your Honor. I do believe it's in Leland's best interest for the parental rights to be terminated for both mother and father. He is doing extremely well. He's still connected with family, and he's in a long-term placement. And I believe terminating parental rights and allowing him to be adopted by that placement is in his best interest.
All right, thank you. All right. And at this time, I do find by clear and convincing evidence that it is in the best interest of the child to terminate the parental rights between the child and his mother, Alyssa Cradaville, based on Texas Family Code sections 161.001 B1, the E, N, and O grounds, and the best interest of the child under Texas Family Code section 161.001 subsection B2. I will adjudicate Joseph Ray as the father of Leland and establish the parent-child relationship between the two of them. I find by clear and convincing evidence it is in the best interest of the child to terminate the parental rights between the child and his father. based on Texas Family Code 161.001B1, the N and the O grounds, and the best interest of the child under 161.001B2, and also his failure to register with the paternity registry under 161.002B1 and 3, the 1 and 3 grounds. At this time, I will name the department as the permanent managing conservator of the child. I'll dismiss all court-appointed attorneys with the exception of Ms. Zavala after the de novo and appellate timeframes expire. Counsel, as always, just be mindful that your de novo timeframe does begin to run since I've rendered in open court. And also, if you're instructed to file a notice of appeal, please do not do that until a final order has been signed and adopted by the referring court. All right, I appreciate everybody's time this afternoon. Anybody have any questions?
No questions, John.
No.
Okay, thank you all so much, and I hope everybody has a good rest of your afternoon.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, when we go off of YouTube, I just have a